Good morning. It is 6:48 a.m. on Friday, September 29th, 2017. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. As you can probably gather, just from my demeanor, I'm feeling better. Um, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily quite at 100%, but much improved over last couple of days for sure. I was really tempted to stay up late last night watching the newest Critical Role. I actually still watched a little bit of it, maybe an hour or so. And that feels like all I want to be doing right now is just watching that. Obviously, I have to get ready for work. I'm doing this. But, having the Twitch app play as I get ready. Um, that's a very exciting campaign right now. They're getting so close to the end. Um, I don't know how close. It seems potentially possible that this could be the big climactic fight in this episode. But uh, you know, my at this point, well, I don't know. I have no idea. But it's very exciting, and so that's kind of where my brain is right now. Um, Part of it is also planning for new Curse of Strahd session um, on Saturday. I think my brain is hungry for D&D a little bit just because I wasn't feeling well. It canceled so many levels this week, and then I was also going to be playing in someone else's game on Thursday, and then that one was canceled because they weren't feeling well, and so that means I had two sessions that didn't go through this week, and then Curse of Strahd hadn't had a session last Saturday, so it's been a while. I feel like I'm talking really fast now. I've had some sugar this morning. Mm. Okay, so it's Friday. I'm glad. It was a weird week though. I mean, obviously, a day and a half off work from having a cold. As I talked about, was it Wednesday or Thursday maybe? Just how I don't know, just like taking off work is necessary for recuperation, but certainly doesn't make it a fun day. And yeah, so I'm just kind of we're riding in. We're heading for the weekend. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, better from the cold. Um, and I think you can. I don't know. My brain is still just wanting to say, but what happens next on Critical Role? I paused it so that I could record this. Um, it's interesting because I don't actually. I said it's interesting before I actually knew what it was that was going to be interesting. Mike and I have to plan the recording of our first talking about Survivor proper of the season. We had our pre-show went up. Um, we're going to be doing that this weekend too. And I have my improv class on Sunday. So those are those are the various activities that I have planned for this weekend. But none of those are tonight. I don't think so. I'm just kind of going to have another. Oh, I know. I'm also very, very close to the end. I believe on the final boss fight of Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS. So I'm very close to finishing that one and should be getting 100%. I think I've gotten 100% of all the items in the various areas leading up to the final boss fight, but that's a hard fight. So I really recommend that game. I've talked about it a little bit, but if you like Metroid, you have 3DS. Thumbs up. Although I will say some of the boss fights difficulty spike a little bit. Uh, I have also played a little bit of Heat Signature, which on Steam, which is an interesting new game that just came out, um, where it's a little bit like Hotline Miami in the sense that it's top down and you're basically infiltrating these areas and using various melee or ranged weapons to inflict violence. Um, it's very similar in many respects to Hotline Miami, but some of the differences include one, that it's a space setting where you're flying spaceships around and infiltrating other spaceships, and that's fun. Also interesting is that it has a pause mechanic rather than literally having to chain all of the time together. Um, so yeah, it's the idea is that you like run into a room and you hit guy one with a wrench and then hit pause and then use that pause moment to tell it what your next thing is going to do. And so you don't have to have quite such lightning reflexes, but of course the game ramps up the difficulty correspondingly. So yeah, it's pretty neat so far. I've only played it a little bit, but I like it. All right. Gotta go. I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.